Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Aryan and today we're talking about how to get better audio for your videos. So, let's get started. So audio is something super important that a lot of people neglect in their videos, and honestly, I kinda get it. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. But lucky for you, fixing up your audio doesn't take nearly as long as you think it does, and just a few simple tips and tricks can really make a big difference. There are just two big things you need to consider when fixing audio. So number one, get a dedicated microphone. This one's simple. You need a mic. Your built-in microphone on your camera just isn't gonna cut it. Obviously, I understand not everybody can go and buy a microphone right now, but even if you can't, you can still have better audio. How? Well, just use your phone. Most phones nowadays have decent built-in microphones, but honestly, that's not even the main reason you should be using it. The main reason is that you can actually get it really close to your mouth. The closer a mic is to your mouth, the better it's gonna sound. That's just a rule of thumb. So let's do a little test. Right now, you're listening to the Rode Video Micro NTG, which is about 9 inches to a foot away from my mouth. It's right here out of frame. It sounds pretty good because it's super close to my mouth. Everything's clear, you can hear everything. And now let's switch to the built-in microphone on my camera. As you can hear, it sounds a lot worse, and the biggest factor of that is simply because it's so far away. And now I'm gonna start recording on my phone here and put it right next to my Video Micro. And now we're gonna switch to the audio coming straight out of my S10 with a built-in recording app. It's again just 9 inches to a foot away from me, and honestly it sounds a lot better than my camera. Doesn't sound as good as a professional microphone, but it still sounds pretty good. So yeah, your phone is always going to be a decent upgrade over your built-in microphone on your camera for your videos, and you guys definitely need to be using it. So number two is processing your audio. So this one is also very simple. Now I know a lot of people get scared and they run off when they see Audition. Trust me, I used to be one of them, but it's not as scary as you think it is, and you just need 3 simple things to process your audio. You need to normalize, compress, and then equalize. That's it. I'm gonna break all 3 of them down for you right now. Alright guys, so before we get into processing the audio, I actually want to show you guys how to do some basic noise reduction. This is a really important step as it kind of enhances everything else you're gonna do after this point. So first off, you want to select a small portion of the clip where you weren't really saying anything and it kind of captured all the background noise. Highlight that, then you want to go up to Effects, then go down to Noise Reduction and Restoration and hit Capture Noise Print. What that's going to do is it's basically going to scan those frequencies and remember them. Then you want to go back up to Effects, Noise Reduction and Restoration, and this time you're going to hit Noise Reduction Process. So here are all my settings. I usually like to reduce the background noise by 60% and up to 10 decibels. And you don't really need to mess with anything else. This is gonna do a fairly decent job and you guys can just hit OK. Now we can actually get into processing the audio. So step number 1 is actually compressing the audio. What that's gonna do is that it's gonna get rid of all the nasty peaks, so when your viewers are actually watching your video, everything sounds the same. Nothing's too loud or too quiet. So to do that, you go up to Effects, Amplitude and Compression, and go down to Single Band Compressor. Here are all my settings. You guys can copy these as is, and then hit OK. What this is doing is that it's taking all the frequencies above -12 dB and reducing them to a quarter of their original size. It's not really affecting anything else, just those really high peaks, that's all. As you can see, everything is a lot more evened out now, which is what you want. So step number 2 would be normalizing. We actually normalized twice in this process. This is the first time, and then we're going to do it again at the very end. For the first time, you want to go up to Effects, back down to Amplitude and Compression, and select Normalize Process. This time you want to normalize to -6 decibel. Just do that and hit OK. You might not see too much of a difference, but basically what it's doing is that it's making sure all the frequencies stay around -6 decibels. Again, just helping even out everything. Now comes the fun part. This is where you're actually going to equalize everything. If you want your voiceover to sound a little more bassy or, a little less bass, you could do all of that in this step here, which is equalize. So to do that, you want to go back up to Effects, and this time go to Filter and EQ and select the Parametric Equalizer. Here are the settings that I use. I personally like to boost the bass in my voiceovers. It's just personal taste. It's what I like in my voiceover. So the bass is on the left side and the highs are on the right side, and the middle would be the midtones. Play around with this, see what works best for you and complements your voice best. And now the final step is normalizing again. So since you just equalized everything, you probably messed around the frequencies a little bit, so normalizing again is a very important step. But this time you're going to normalize to -3 decibels because that's where your vocals typically should land in your videos. Music should be around -25 to -18, in that range. That way your music isn't really conflicting with your vocals at all, they're both very isolated, which is how you want it. And that's it, now you can go ahead and export and you're all done. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. These are just a few simple tricks that can really help you up your production value and make your videos a lot more immersive. Audio is half of the viewing experience, please don't forget that. And if this video helped you out, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.